We're always taught to see the red flags everywhere, right? That this is a red flag, that's a red flag. Well, you know what? Sometimes these really good coping mechanisms that we have for keeping us safe and getting us out of relationships or situations that we don't want to be in, where our brain can actually use them against us. So I'm going to give you a little example. If you're in a relationship and it's going really well, do you know what can happen sometimes? You're going to start searching for red flags because sometimes our egos, our shadows want to try to self-sabotage whatever is happening and whatever is good in our life. We don't do it on purpose. It's a very unconscious thing, but this happens all the time. When you're searching for red flags all the time, where your attention goes, energy flows. So if you're constantly looking for something to be wrong, you're looking for an issue, a problem, guess what? You're going to find one. You're always going to find a problem if that's what you're looking for, is you're focusing on finding a problem. The trick is to make sure that you're not searching for those red flags when there aren't any, because when you do that, you could be actually creating them. I know that sounds really strange, isn't it? Why would we create our own red flags? If we have a habit of not being in good relationships prior to this, and I'm using relationships as an example. We never try to do this on purpose. But if our nervous system has been used to being in relationships where we're tense and we're on edge, but we've taken some time to heal ourselves, the real test comes when we're in a relationship with someone new. Things are great and they're wonderful, but your nervous system might react the same way to a specific set of words that someone says. So you have to be very careful that the person is just not using words that you've heard before and triggering you. Because when you get triggered, your nervous system has a response to that trigger. So it's always important to observe what you're feeling, why you're feeling it, and maybe if those particular words, have you heard them before? Now, if you've heard them before in a negative context in another relationship, that means that that's going to trigger you. But maybe this new person, that's not what they meant at all. They could have just said it. They could have used a combination of words that you've heard before. And really, they're there to help you heal on a deeper level because you're hearing those words and you're being triggered. Now, again, this isn't to stay in a relationship if it really isn't meant for you. You don't feel good about yourself and it's not healthy. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's to watch out that you're not trying to create the red flags. Just because somebody uses a word or a combination of words or might act a similar way in a situation doesn't mean that it's happening to you again. It's important to step back and see your own trigger for what it is, that it's a chance for you to heal deeper, and then you can address it. And if this person really cares about you, then they're going to want to talk to you about that. And it can be as easy as telling the person that what they said just triggered you, and maybe why it triggered you, or that maybe you need some time and space to kind of figure that out. But for them not to take it personally, and for you not to take what they've said personally unless they actually personally meant that. So again, your attention is going to go somewhere and then your energy is going to flow there. So where is it going? What are you looking for? Are you always looking for everyone to be against you? Or are you actually looking for the good that is actually out there in the world? The more you put out of those good things and you retrain your nervous system, you're not going to see red flags everywhere. You still might have your boundaries, but you're going to know when you're going to need to pull that out. And you're also going to actually be able to recognize a real red flag versus one that's manufactured by the subconscious in your mind. So those are just some little things to think about when we're discussing, we're thinking about, or pondering red flags in relationships.